What is something that will be illegal in 100 years? Almost certainly ICE cars will be eliminated and replaced with EVs with even better battery tech. Along the same lines, there's a good chance that the same tech will lead to the outlawing of fossil-fueled jet engines for planes. More controversial, but I think ethics will evolve to a place where animal-based meat is illegal. The synthetic foods will get cheaper and better. Killing animals for food will be seen like wearing real fur coats now, and many places will make it illegal. Wishful thinking, but all donations to politicians, and even campaigning at all. We live in a technological age where, at every level, a Gov site can be set up where every candidate describes their background, policy stances, and plans if elected. All campaigning is banned. Absolutely no reason for money and advertising to be influencing elections, it immediately delegitimizes them. We have the tech right now to do it. I hope we do someday. VPNs or anything that can keep you anonymous. I truly believe we will head in that direction based on the massive data collection that's already happening in the US. Also, just look at China. They know everything about you and use scans of PPLS faces to open the turnstiles of train stations. We're criminalizing free speech right now. Who knows what fucked up things governments will be up to after 100 years? Probably something that is currently thought to be safe but will later be discovered to be extremely bad for you. I don't have any idea as to what, but surely something. It's already happened with a lot of stuff that was commonly used in the previous century. The only power any government has is the power to crack down on criminals. Well, when there aren't enough criminals, one makes them. One declares so many things to be a crime that it becomes impossible for men to live without breaking laws. Ayn Rand. Non-autonomous cars. All cars will be driven by AI and old men will complain and cling to their cars while their great-grandchildren tell them how dangerous they are and that they should just let the self-driving cars take them places. Alcohol. That's why I'm drinking all my drinks right now. I'm just ahead of the law. But seriously, I think it's gonna be illegal relatively soon, maybe not 100 years. Maybe later, or who knows, maybe even faster. Well, homicide should stay illegal. So that. But I say residents under the CCP or what that totalitarian regime may become next speaking out against that, will be imprisoned. Really, space travel without a license. Driving a car on a public road yourself except in emergencies. Considering how many of us die in stupid-ass road traffic accidents every day, self-driving everything is a no-brainer. Hopefully slavery. We're almost there, at least in the US, we just need to get rid of that accept as punishment part. Although if current trends hold we might end up regressing. I can't remember what the term is, but when companies purposely design phones and other electronics so that they stop working after a few years, forcing you to buy a new one. The pessimist in me believes countries will continue to lean authoritarian, so things like porn, abortion, and free speech will be out the window in quite a few countries. Probably not becoming illegal. But I could see pet ownership declining as people become increasingly aware of both the environmental impact and animal rights issues. The masses will cry out save us, and the lawmakers will finally make it illegal for the AI based on Todd Howard to release yet another version of Skyrim. Dating someone not within 7 years of your age. Kids playing outside alone. Teenagers being outside. Voting before the age of 25. Saying anything off color. Ownership of anything will be verboten. You will rent and subscribe to everything you need, you'll eat the bugs, and you'll love every second of it. Driving, eating meat, using cash, spreading misinformation, body autonomy, leaving a 5-mile radius without a permit, hurting someone's feelings, etc. Campfires. And most forms of outdoor burning. Particulate air pollution, CO2, danger of wildfire. It's all too dangerous and expensive. The age of consent will be raised further. I bet it will be at least 20 years old, and I don't surprise even if it'll be 25 years old. Firearms. They won't be able to meet the new emissions standards, and everybody will have to switch to energy weapons or railguns. Using animals for meat. Meat will be lab-grown, cheaper, and be indistinguishable from the real thing in 100 years. You should ask what is legal now that will be made illegal in 100 years. Personal drones. Nothing will be illegal. We will have descended into complete anarchy, and it's gonna be the law of the jungle. Minors having relationships with young adults. Yes, if you aren't aware, it is legal mostly everywhere still. Human-driven cars. Self-driving cars will prove to be so safe, that human-driven cars will be outlawed. Using car bike with combustion engine. There will be a special permit if you still want to run it. Any form of rebellion against the government. Especially if we have a singular, global, Government. Using a public toilet without accepting the terms and conditions of the bathroom's privacy policy. In far less than a century, owning animals as pets will be just as illegal as owning slaves is now. Fossil fuels, if we'd done our job right? Otherwise there won't be anyone to make things illegal. It'd probably be illegal for me to do anything in 100 years. In fact, I might get shot on sight. Reading through these replies is very depressing. So many negative and dark views of the future. Meeting someone in jest of sex. I believe in the future you'll both have to sign consent. Speaking against any form of eugenics, if things keep the way they're going, at least. Probably sooner, but cigarettes and other tobacco products are going to be made illegal. Driving. Enjoy it while you can. In a decade or so, it'll be illegal to drive by hand. Robotic self-production of sentient robots after they all went rogue because of a god eye. Accounting for inflation, being a multimillionaire or making a comment like this one. Speaking to people. All communications must be done through social media or WhatsApp. Being sick in America. Oh, that's already illegal and punishable with massive fines. Hopefully advertising drugs on ads on the internet and television media in America. Operating a gas vehicle or something like that. Something surrounding fossil fuels. I think food misrepresentation will reach a peak and just become highly regulated. Doctors being rude to patients because they make so much money they should be nice. Mocking our great leader Trump Jong-un. Descendant of Emperor Trump I. Much of the porn you see out right now. Downloading it in your personal files. Gas engines. Sugar's more like products with excessive sugar. Waste of water. After Charles Barkley performs the chaos dunk, basketball will be outlawed. Work. AI government will outlaw human work so we don't displace the robots. Being real, we likely don't have 100 years of society as we know it left. Reddit and all forums that encourage free thought and social engagement. Hopefully cigarettes and the like. But that might be wishful thinking. If artificial meat became a viable option, then probably animal farming. Alcohol. I am sure there will be a safer and better drug out there. Fossil fuels. We'll be up to our ankles in warm seawater by then. I think that we will have one world government within 100 or 200 years. Smoking, given the way things are going. Mexico is practically there. Making coitus with your mother. Because it will involve exhumation. At this rate, owning property and not agreeing with the government, unauthorized collection of personal data. I can bet my house on it. Murder. It's illegal today and likely to be legal in 100 years. Abortion. It will look back on it like we look back on slavery. Red meat. Edit: I'm not even vegetarian, but I think it will be. Free speech. And it will be far less than 100 years it seems. Free movement. You lot will give it up for the environment. Leaving a text unread. Pro-hurricane and shit so devs. Driving ice vehicles except for wealthy people exceptions. Burying someone at a cemetery. All cremations in 100 years. At the rate we are going, it's going to be common sense. In the US? Democracy and the legal and judicial system. Canadian hockey will be outlawed after the Canada Wars. Having children without a government-sanctioned permit. Electric Squirtle. Rock Blastoise. Fighting Charmander. Free will if you let the corporations have their way. Burning fossil fuels without a license. Eating meat. Not wearing a mask in crowds and on public transit. If you could believe it, the internet as we know it. Murder should still be illegal, but you never know.